I think I was debating. I'm like, do I want to put like do I want to say like the ratings and stuff and the director, or does it matter?
Fuck this movie. We don't need to know anything about these fucking people.
Okay, we're making a podcast on it.
Has the director done anything of note? Because I guarantee they haven't.
Let's see. Wait, no way.
What did they do?
No way.
Who is this?
They made Gremlins.
What?
And Twilight Zone.
The person who directed this made the first Gremlins movie? Was it Christopher Columbus?
And the second Gremlins. And Twilight Zone, the movie.
Hold the fuck on.
His name is Joe Dante. He also directed Looney Tunes, if you care. Most recent work.
God damn, New Jersey legend Joe Dante.
He's from New Jersey?
Yeah.
See, you thought none of this was important. Look at this.
And he made the Howling, which is also a bad movie.
Okay.
And he made the Burbs. Oh fuck, he made some good movies. What the fuck? He made Small Soldiers.
Okay. All right. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, so we will include all this. All right.
Fuck.
So let's start.
He fucked this one up though. Fuck, he did this. I feel like
talking and mumbling and bitching so I can introduce and then we can get into it.
Fuck yourself. Go ahead.
Because you're starting off so aggressive. All right. Welcome back to the Not on the Pod podcast. Josh is extremely aggressive today. Everybody please forgive him. He came on the call immediately aggressive and angry. And he just got even angrier because we were just discussing the director, who's Joe Dante. We'll start with that because we were just talking about that. And Josh was saying that he thinks that this director could not have made anything good or anything of note. And we looked it up, and he's directed The Gremlins, 1 and 2. He has directed DC's Legend of Tomorrow. I've never seen that. Okay. So he made The Burbs, which Josh also was saying is a good movie. And I just realized right now that not only did he make Twilight Zone the movie, he also directed the TV series. So there's that.
The 80s one.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, not the original 50s one.
The 80s.
Or 60s?
Okay, I didn't know the original was in the 50s.
Yeah.
Okay, well, oh my god, bro's 5'5.5". Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah. Leave us short kings alone, Miss 4'8", all right?
He's also... Okay, shut the fuck up. So, he's also apparently from New Jersey, and he graduated from the Philadelphia College of Art. So, we will let Josh take it from there.
Hometown hero.
Because he's from there and he has a lot of opinions about the directing. So what would you like to say about this?
So, I mean, the thing is, I think this is just one of those things where I think most directors are only good for about 20 years and then they become bad. I think this is when this man's career went bad. This movie fucking sucks, and I can't believe someone who has that pedigree of movies to his name made this shit. This shit sucked.
Right.
This shit sucks so bad.
Also, for some prior knowledge for anyone here, I chose the movie this week.
Yeah, so it's her fault that you guys watched this in preparation for this episode.
Yeah, because everyone did that.
Yeah.
So the backstory on this was my first ever favorite bad movie. My friend Emily and I have a Wingstop bag in the back.
We are not sponsored by Wingstop, but if they want
Yeah,
to.
I gotta get that out of the way. Yeah.
If they want
Gotta
to.
put like tape over my cup or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, my friend Emily and I, we've mentioned before, a friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod, Emily. Shout out.
Friend of the pod, Emily. Shout out. Follow her on Instagram. Anyway, we found this movie when we were about like 14 or 15, I want to say. Because we watched like every good scary movie we had access to on streaming services and every like DVD that we had. And so then we decided to just start watching the bad movies on streaming services, and this was one of them. And it did become, again, one of my first favorite bad movies. That is why I chose it. I had not seen it since I was probably like 15. So it has been 11 years. That's disgusting. It's been 11 years since I last saw this movie. And I really wasn't sure how I was going to feel going into it. I honestly started the movie being like very scared because Josh watched it before me this morning and texted me immediately, "What the fuck did you make me watch? I hate this movie. I fucking hate you, bitch." And then I was like really nervous going into it. And then at the beginning, I'd say like the first like 20 minutes, maybe I was like, wait, this isn't that bad. Like it's, it's bad, but it's like, it's got some potential. And then about 20 minutes in, I was like, okay. Yeah, this is pretty, it went down the drain pretty fucking fast.
I'm like not even kidding around. Spoilers, she dies. The moment she dies, this movie just goes off the rails. Like it just fucking.
It does, yeah. Because I think it kind of had potential before that, but okay. So what I will say is, this movie came out in 2014, and our main characters are I've never seen this man in anything else. Anton Yelchin. I don't know if that's how you say his last name, but he plays our main character Max.
Horrible
and we
actor.
also have Ashley. Yeah. And then we also have Ashley Green, who plays Evelyn. Love her. She was Alice in Twilight. And then we've got Alexandra Daddario, who is one of my favorite actresses, not because she's like amazing, but I like pretty much everything she's in apart from this.
Mm-hmm.
And her character's name is Olivia. So those are like our main people. Oh, we also have Travis, who is the this is very important,
half brother. Yeah,
of Max.
I can't wait until we get into that.
And, so that he's played by Oliver Cooper. So those are like really our main characters. That's pretty much all you meet. It's pretty much just the entire time, mostly that first three. Yeah, like you see like it literally after that the closest person they mention is the bartender at the club they went to.
Yeah.
For 2 seconds.
So here and like I think you meet Olivia's friends for a second.
For 2 seconds, and they're like a bitch to Max.
And then like the UPS guy that delivers the devil thing to Max in the beginning of the movie. Yeah, but that's it.
Right. Yeah. So basically, the kind of premise of this movie is Max, our main character, is dating Evelyn. Max is working at a horror shop, like a horror movie shop. Or I think it's just like kind of horror in general. They seem to sell like movies, costumes, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a dream of opening his own horror shop in the future. Evelyn could not be more different from him. She's like basically his opposite. She's like super like earth conscious, green, fucking vegan, pretentious little bitch.
The thing is, this movie already starts me off on a bucket bad foot. Where it's like the movie starts it off, it's just they're like, oh, fuck this fucking bitch for caring about the planet. Cause like they really they're like they really just try to make it out, be like, oh, you see this bitch? You see this bitch doing this shit? This shitty bitchy thing?
Yeah. Which I will say, I had the same thought, like towards the beginning, I was like, Evelyn is not that bad. Like this is where she lost me. She lost me at the ice cream shop.
Yes.
And we'll get to that.
Yes.
But before that, they really do try to plant the seed that Evelyn is kind of like, I think they purposefully don't make her awful at the beginning because they want to show you why Max is with her.
Yeah.
And she like at the beginning they don't live together. He ends up pretty quickly asking her to move in. Once the movie starts, and obviously he wouldn't have done that if they were having like a horrible relationship prior to that point.
Yeah.
But basically, that's the dynamics between our two main characters. And again, yeah, she's very health conscious, whatever. But I think like they start to plant like seeds of her being controlling. Like, Max's half brother Travis is at his house like at the very beginning of the movie and has just had a threesome in his living room.
All right. Another thing about this fucking guy. Like, we're already starting off strong. First off, they use the term half brother like it's a slur in this movie. Like like he's. They're like you can't love him. He's your half brother. Like you can't.
Literally every time Travis says like, don't you? Which here's the thing: Travis is a loser. That is true. He is a loser. He takes advantage. He has no boundaries. Whatever. That is true. But anytime Travis is like, come on, man, do me a solid. We're brothers. Instead of Max being like, hey, man, you're really breaking boundaries, though. You are my brother, but despite that fact, this is very inappropriate. My girlfriend's sleeping over. I come out to naked women in my living room because you've just had a threesome. But instead he says, half brother.
It's like
that is literally like all he says. And then fucking Evelyn mentions it several times. She's like, she hates Travis, like with a passion. And anytime Travis says anything, she's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about you, you disgusting little cunt. You're his half brother, half.
But which is the thing is like again, the film is also trying to portray her as a bitch for being upset that she's walking out into a living room and there's two naked women and him bare ass drinking milk out of her fridge. Like that seems like a reasonable fucking thing to be mad at. Like,
no, and then he leaves, and then she's not even mad at Max.
Yeah, she's ready to get some fucking dick.
And Max is like, that's a little harsh, Ev. If I walked out, and she doesn't live there at that point, but that doesn't matter. They're in a close enough relationship where she's like regularly spending the night. And she goes out into her boyfriend's living room to see two naked women in the living room having just fucked his brother, and his brother's butt ass fucking because at least the women, they've got on like a bra and undies. The brother is like completely butt naked.
Yes.
Like completely nude.
Yeah.
But and Evelyn's not even mad at Max. She literally is just like, hey man, what the fuck? And then she's like, also, do you want to have a quickie before you go to work?
Yeah.
Like she's chill about it for the most part.
There's two more things I want to say about this scene. Is I don't know, growing up as a young male, one of the first things that you discover is softcore pornography as you grow up. You know, this movie feels like it's shot like one of those. It just has like this very low quality, and it's just kind of skeevy and gross the whole movie.
It is, yeah.
Like and like especially like that beginning scene with like the threesome fucking starting off like that.
Yeah, that was wild.
Another thing. No, what were we gonna say?
I was just gonna say, and it's weird because like despite that, I think Travis would have been like a really good character. Like I feel like he's the only person that gives some sort of comic relief. And I don't even think he's a horrible actor. Like I think he's good. Genre. I think he's like a good actor. I just think that like they made his character so weird and unlikable. But like all of his like funny lines are delivered really well.
I would say he is probably the best actor in this movie.
I think I would agree.
Like of the stuff that he was given. Yeah. But like he really goes for it in all of his scenes, regardless of whether the character itself is good. But like as an actor, he's doing what he needs to do to make that role. You know. Another thing, he refers to those two women as Letitia and Lashandra. One of them is a white woman. That neither of their names.
That also just like felt like just stereotypical and
Yeah.
like weird.
I think they were like the director probably gave this poor guy being like, just make up a black name. like just
what was that?
like yeah,
That
what
was
was
so
that? Like it just that's what I'm saying. It just feels gross. Like a lot of this movie, it just like there's just like
it
almost
does.
this skeeziness to it that just really throws me off. And starting the movie off
Yeah.
like that doesn't bode well for what we get later.
And they're never upset about the right things either. Like Max is like upset because he's like worried Evelyn's gonna be pissed off. I would simply be pissed off that my brother broke into my house in the middle of the night
And had a
to then
threesome.
have a threesome
In
the
my
public
living room.
area of my living room. Also, you're telling me they didn't wake up? They had
Yeah.
a crazy night. One of the women had a boxing glove on. So
Yeah.
shit went down.
And he
And no one woke up.
as he's raiding the
And
fridge.
The biggest problem in that scene is that he doesn't. Yeah, you're about to say the same thing. The biggest problem in this scene is that Evelyn doesn't let him keep eggs in his fridge.
Yeah.
And we're throwing a tantrum about that because she's like vegan or whatever, which
Yeah.
is controlling whatever. But like there are bigger problems afoot.
He says, I need one raw egg after busting a nut. like, what?
He goes, and now I need 3. No, 4.
like
And
they
he's
were
like fucking literally drinking fucking Evelyn's coconut water out of the giant, like, family-sized coconut water
I don't think
bottle.
I've ever seen one that big
with
in the
his
grocery
mouth.
store. That is a big ass coconut water. That's got to be some California shit. That's gotta be...
Yeah, some California shit. And he's like fucking putting his mouth on it and shit. Like he's so nasty.
Yeah, and then that scene just ends with him getting kicked out, and then everything's good again. Like,
Yeah, Evelyn's not upset. She's not
I-
like, hey, maybe lay some fucking boundaries down. Maybe take his key away. Whatever.
like I know, that like we're supposed to get that this person is like obsessed with him. Evelyn is. But it just feels like the only reason why she likes him is because they have sex all the time. Because that's the only thing it seems like she wants from him actively.
Yeah, for real.
Like they don't give
I
her
think
any other motivation outside of that. Like,
Yeah, well, it's that, and also the fact that her mother died, and she keeps saying that like he's all she has, basically.
Yeah.
So I don't even think that she's like madly in love with this guy. I think she's just like
terrified of
I
losing
got with
it.
you.
Yeah.
You were the first person I got with after I lost my
Mhm.
mom, and I think she just like is trauma bonded to him a little bit, and also like wants the pipe laid, and
Yeah.
that's about it. Like she really doesn't talk about much else. It's true.
That's literally
And,
it.
she's all over him all the time. It gets
All
worse
the
after
time.
she comes back from the dead.
Yeah,
It gets
yeah,
bad.
way
It gets,
worse.
Like, borderline rapey.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
like, bad.
They
When
got to a
she-
point where I was like, yeah, I guess you're gonna have to kill her. That's the only thing.
Well, literally, 'cause she's so insistent about the sex. Okay, we're getting out of ourselves. Though.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the opening scene. That's how we start off. And we get like a little bit more of the dynamic between him and Evelyn, which isn't too bad until one day they're walking. I forget exactly what they're doing. I think they're just hanging out. And what's up?
Are you about to get to the death scene?
No, ice cream.
Oh, before that, we do get introduced to his
What's up?
work.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Where he works at the costume shop, and he gets around on a little kick scooter the whole movie that no one ever mentions the whole movie that he rides this thing. But
he's wearing a fucking 12-year-old boy helmet, and it's so silly.
like he's literally like there's multiple scenes where he has to get somewhere fast, and he's just like, hold on.
Yeah, and he's like,
like a little kick
take
scooter.
his fucking taxi, dude. Like, probably Evelyn made him. She's like, this is more health. This is more health conscious.
Oh, you know what? That might be true. That might actually.
That might be true.
that
She's
would
like,
have been.
You can't use anything electric.
That would have been a good
He said
thing.
something about how his car his car wasn't a Prius or something, and that made her mad. So maybe she made him get the scooter.
That's crazy. Yeah, that is also possible. But yeah, we right before the scene that she's talking about, we do get a scene where like it introduces his place of work, and then we get that like scene where he gets that, it's like a devil genie thing. Is that what brings her back?
Yeah,
that is what brings her back.
So yeah, he gets his shipment in. Also, mind you, and this less important, but in this scene, he has just gotten to work late because they had a quickie.
Yeah.
He gets to work late, and then he's unpackaging stuff, some of which are costumes for like sexy nurses and shit. And he immediately calls Evelyn over to then fuck in the back room immediately. Right after that,
I forgot about that.
Down, and then he leaves her work to come do that. He's probably got customers out front. They're like watching a movie in the back.
Yeah.
And, like, getting down. But, and you know, during that same scene, what Josh is talking about, he opens this devil genie thing and he's, you know, says like, oh, I didn't order this.
Yeah.
But he's keeping it around and it's basically just, you end up finding out that it's magical and they kind of hint to that at the beginning. Yeah.
Another thing. No, there's another thing about this fucking stupid ass job he has. So apparently he is forced to say stuff like go to hell after the end of a transaction, and there's like a running gag in the movie where every time he says that, people are like, "Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit."
Where did you get off?
But the thing is, we don't see this fucking owner at all in this movie. So that leads me to believe this owner just doesn't show up. So why are you saying it? Because he seems he says multiple times in the movie, man, I just wish I had a job where I didn't have to say that to people.
Right?
Like,
and when I have my shop, I'll greet people my own way. And then also, spoiler alert, when he does have his own shop at the end, he greets people similarly.
Yeah, he's like, well, he says like, have a hell of a good time or something like that. At the
have a hell of a day or something.
Yeah.
Like, you are also doing a gimmicky line. Go to hell is honestly funnier to me.
Fuck you and your bad acting. Anyway, continue what we were talking about with the scene.
No, they like make that is a good point. You literally do not see the owner once.
Ever.
And like, I think you hear him on the phone with him once. You don't hear the other end of it. Like, you don't hear what the boss says or anything. Besides that, this man might as well own this shop.
Yeah.
Like, he really could do whatever the fuck he wanted. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure it's after this point. I don't think I'm missing anything in between. That him and Evelyn are hanging out. They pass an ice cream shop. And Max decides that he wants to go in. And they go in and it's like a, you know, supposed to be like a different kind of vibe. She does like, monster cereal ice creams or whatever. It's like homemade ice cream. She doesn't do like, you know, normal flavors like cookies and cream or whatever. That really pisses off Evelyn.
Which to be fair, go fuck yourself. Cookies and cream? You don't have fucking cookies and cream? Just call it like fucking like, coal and cream or fucking something like that. Just like, it's cookies and cream. It's cookies and cream.
Well, because it is like a spooky themed ice cream shop.
Yeah, just give
like,
it a name. Put fucking Fruity Pebbles in it or some shit. I don't fucking know.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. My main thing in this movie is Ashley Greene has a lot of work to do in that she is extremely insecure and boundary issues and whatever. And controlling and all that.
Yeah.
She needs to go to therapy.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I really think it's that Max and Evelyn are just not in any way compatible.
No.
But what you do start to see is the reason that Max and Olivia are compatible is because they're kind of pretentious in their own way. Yeah. They're like pretentious in the like, I know about these like really like low key movie things and like horror, you know, things that no one else has ever heard of. Like, that's kind of their brand of pretentious, but like they match up a lot better.
Yeah.
But so they go into this shop and keep in mind, as we've mentioned before, Evelyn is vegan. And so she's like already bitching about going in and he's like, come on, I want a malted, live a little. So they go in there. I'm pretty sure Evelyn immediately sees Olivia and is triggered. Like, she sees her and she's like, oh, she's pretty. I want to kill myself and kill her and kill everyone here. So she's immediately like tense and pissed off. Then it gets worse because Max is kind of like bonding with Olivia over the fact that she's got like these monster cereal flavors and whatever. And Evelyn's like, oh, great. Y'all are having an inside joke that I don't know about, which I will say. First of all, something I didn't love about this scene is the fact that you don't really see, in my opinion, any chemistry coming from Max's end with Olivia. I feel like you can tell there's a little bit of chemistry coming from Olivia's side. Like she seems intrigued by him. But honestly, Max like really doesn't seem like he likes either of these women the entire time. Like
he's just not.
He doesn't seem happy. He
actor. It's just like I don't know. Like it's because the thing is, I've seen Alexandra Daddario be better than this. I don't think she's like a top tier actress, but she has been better than this movie. And I same thing with Ashley Greene.
He only had so much to work with.
But that's what I'm saying. I think it's like I don't know if it's really his fault or if it's like that directing, like telling him to act like this. But he is just clearly the worst actor in this film, and it's crazy that he's also the lead because it's like he doesn't like react to anything in like a normal way. Like there's a part later where like he's like being threatened by Ashley and like she like catches him in a lie and then he's just like, oh cool, and then she like grabs him and slams him against a wall or something, and it's just like he has no emotions. It's like it's like first off, you're a dude who's banging Ashley Greene at the moment and will soon be banging Alexandra Daddario. Be a little happier. Have a smile on your face. That's genuine.
He's talking to Travis, his half brother.
Yeah, his half brother.
Travis he's like, look, if you were with someone like as hot and environment aware as Evelyn is, and like later he's like, the sex is great, but he like says all of it like, the sex is great.
Yeah, it's
like, great. She's so hot. Like I can't even believe how hot she is. It's amazing. Like it's just like no emotion behind it whatsoever.
Like when I got broke up with a couple months ago, I had more personality than this fucking guy. Like what the fuck? What the fuck is this? We're bringing it up. Bring the Trump. We're bringing up the Trump. My heart's broken. But like anyway. But anyway, but still, it's just like I understand if he was like, if they're trying to portray him as like depressed because of his situation or whatever. But it doesn't come off that way. It just comes off as like.
To me, it does whenever it's post Ashley Greene dying, like when Evelyn comes back, or actually after she dies. Then I do kind of get that from him. Like it does seem, and I will say when Evelyn dies, that scene I think is the best we get from him. Yeah. Like his reaction to her dying. It's still not great, but like he did do pretty good in that scene, I think. And then post that point, it really like comes across like he's just depressed. And then like after that he just feels stuck and whatever. But I wish that like he would have done better in the beginning part of that movie, because then I think I would have been less bothered by it. But because past that point, like the extreme discomfort and like the depression and stuff, like I feel like that's kind of believable. Yeah. Like a numbness a little bit. But because we didn't see anything from him prior to that point, it's just there's no change.
But it's also like when she comes back, like, all right, say even if I am extremely sad, if I start seeing a zombie try and like fuck me and shit like that, he's just reacting too blasé about it. Like we are in extreme territory. Crazy stuff is happening around you and you're acting like it's like everyday stuff. Like that whole stupid scene when she first pops up.
She came back. Yeah.
Like when he's just like, "Oh, I'm going to open the door and she's not going to be there." But like I said it with more fucking energy than that guy did. I just don't understand. Just fucking do something. Do something with it.
Honestly, the way Travis reacted was like closer to what you think he reacts like. And Travis Travis hates Evelyn. He does not give a fuck about this woman. Like he does not care. But Anyway, point is, I wish I would have seen more coming from Max's end in terms of chemistry at the ice cream shop, because that's really where you plant the seed. Because, you know, not to get ahead of myself, but him and Olivia do end up getting together. And Evelyn is very triggered by this woman. She's kind of just threatened by any woman that talks to or looks at him.
Yeah.
But like, especially Olivia, like really does something to her. And I think like part of it I like, because I think that especially an insecure woman, like I think women in general have a pretty good sense of like if another woman has an interest in her man. And especially if an insecure woman, I could see overreacting to something like that. But what I would have liked is like I don't even need Max to have flirted with Olivia, because I think that's a little too much. And I think like clearly there is an uncomfortability with Evelyn in that she is very controlling and she is very insecure, and I think he would know better than to do something like that, especially in front of her. But just any sort of like a look in his eye, like a sparkle perhaps, or just like, I don't know. I think we were supposed to get the impression that they're really like bonding over this stuff, but to me it just seems like he's excited about literally just the cereal and he's trying to bond with Evelyn about it. Like, I'm not getting a sense that he's like bonding with Olivia over this, but then Olivia seems like she is like, oh my god, you know this is great.
I don't know if I can say this joke, but we might have to cut this. Like, it just feels like they both have autism, and they're like, oh shit, autism. You know what I mean? Like, you got the same brain as me. You know what I mean?
It's okay, you can say it because you also took too much Tylenol.
Yeah, but like it literally, it's just like it just seems they're just throwing shit at each other, being like, "Oh, you know this? Do you know this?" It's like when little kids meet each other and they just start showing each other their Pokemon cards. That's literally exactly what's happening.
What color twat do you have?
Yeah, it's literally the same exact fucking things, but it doesn't feel romantic in any way. It just looks like they're like they're just fucking like. Oh, you really know this? Oh, cool. Here, take this.
And the whole point of this scene is to like plant the seed that Max and Olivia have something, and it really just doesn't do that at all. But despite that, Evelyn reacts, even though there's nothing to react off of. Yeah. Evelyn reacts so dramatically, like she calls Olivia like a skank and shit. Like it's like bad. She's like yelling at her. She's like,
you whore.
Looking at my fucking man, you disgusting little cunt.
And you're in a shitty fucking ice cream store.
He's like, come on, Max, we're going to Pink Bear. What? Okay.
What happened?
I just got lectured by my little siblings that the even littler siblings are downstairs and maybe don't shout cunt. Anyway.
Cunt!
Anyway.
I'll say for you.
Okay, so anyway, that happens. Then they head out. Evelyn's like, oh, come on, Max, we're going to Pinkberry. And then Alexandra Daddario's character, I actually really liked this line where they're like leaving and Olivia goes, okay, have fun at Pinkberry. It has milk. Also, I liked that little line. That was a pretty good delivery on her end. And then after that, what's next after that? What was like the most important scene that came after that?
I think it's after.
That was supposed to be an important scene, but nothing fucking happened.
I think after that, we get Max, right? He's the main character, Max.
Yeah, Max.
Meeting with Travis to be like, I think I'm gonna break up with her.
Oh yeah, because like the way she reacted. Oh well, what's crazy too is like it's kind of implied that Evelyn storms away and maybe.
Wait, they move in together.
Well, okay, so yeah, I think did that happen before this point?
I think he ends up talking to his fucking dirty half brother. After that, she decorates the apartment and like ruins his posters.
Yeah. Okay. So that's not yet. So I'm pretty sure. So what I know happens is it's like implied that Max and Evelyn kind of get separated after the ice cream incident.
Yeah.
And then Max comes home and Evelyn is there. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Mhm.
And then Max does the thing. This actually felt really accurate to real life, where like men say one thing and are thinking another. Not my boyfriend, that wasn't shade at you. Just men in general. Where basically she's like, are you mad at me? Do you hate me? Whatever. And he's like, no, like, I'm not mad at you. Like, we're good. And she's like, we're gonna be together forever. And he's like, yeah, we're gonna be together forever. And then he gets this look on his face that's like, oh God. And I'm pretty sure they actually move in together before this point. I think, like, I'm not sure exactly where in the timeline they move in together. I kind of forget because it's kind of
No.
jumbled. Like, the timeline isn't super organized. I think it is because I'm pretty sure it's the ice cream incident that
Happened
makes him be
after
like,
that?
oh shoot, I don't think that I can do this.
Because he seems really upset about the posters because he was supposed to sell them to like make money for his own shop.
But that was post move in, but they moved in together, and then some time goes by, and then she renovates the apartment.
Okay, all right. So then,
Yeah, it's not like she moves in and instantly renovates it. So
yeah.
I think like before the ice cream incident, they moved in together. Again, they don't make it like a huge thing, and the timeline isn't like super neat or anything, so it's kind of hard to say. But
thanks,
you.
cunt.
Cut that.
Cut that.
Oh, hold on, my camera, one sec. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So this point is they're already moved in together. This Evelyn freak out, like, I think showed him maybe a different side to her, which I can't imagine that he hadn't seen that before. But it is possible that, like, because they made that bigger step moving in together, she felt more locked in and felt more comfortable kind of letting like the crazy out a little bit. Like, I know that is pretty common. So we'll say it's that. He ends up going to his disgusting, dirty half brother's house, Travis. House. He lives in like a freaking like shed or something. Like, what?
Yeah, it's like literally like a fucking what do you call them? A storage unit. Like it looks
like he lives in a storage unit. It's nuts. And it's like, and he acts like, oh, I can't get chicks to come back to my place. I don't want them to know where I live. They'll be obsessed with me. No, it's that you live in a freaking storage unit and no one's gonna go in there, bud.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that they act like he's like getting like crazy women is nuts.
Yeah, not
put
this.
A picture of Travis on the screen.
Yeah, we're gonna put him up there. No, hey, listen, he's got personality. You know what I mean? He's got.
He does, but to act like he's got like threesomes and like a constant rotation.
Yeah,
is nuts.
Yeah, we ain't getting that level, but like, yeah, it's just like. But the thing is, I would believe it more if he also wasn't a disgusting pervert. Like yeah. if he was like as like if he was just charming.
Need to be.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be. He's getting
like,
pussy.
Add
what are you doing?
Yeah. No, I know. Like, and you go into his little storage unit, and he's got like a trophy wall of like women's bras that he's hung up, and he's got like posters of like models like in swimsuits and stuff, and like that's such like a 13-year-old boy thing to do. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, and also, if you are like nightly getting it, what do you need these posters for?
Yeah,
like why are you?
What
weird?
are you proving to anybody at that point? Like this is the activity of a guy that like has slept with like 2 people and he's like insecure about.
But he's like desperate for.
Yeah. Like, and like they broke up with him right after that.
Yeah. So anyway, he talks to Travis. He also like continually goes to Travis for advice. Like, Travis is stable or should in any way be trusted with relationship advice. He is not in a relationship. He is like with a different person nightly. He clearly makes bad decisions in regards to that. But for some reason, even though Max is constantly like trying to prove to Travis that they are not as close as he thinks they are because they're half brothers.
Fucking
and
dirty
he's like
piece
always
of
trying
shit.
to
Half brothers.
Half brothers. Then he like continually goes to Travis for advice for some reason. So he's like talking about how he wants to break up with Evelyn. And Travis ends up giving him the advice to basically do it in a public space because they live together. And because I think he had suggested texting her, and he's like, no, man, we live together. And he's like, oh, okay, go to a public place to do this, which leads me to the stupidest decision in this movie, possibly. maybe not, but like pretty bad. I like have never seen someone make a more idiotic choice in regards to something like this. So Max decides that the public place he is going to choose to meet Evelyn is a dog park, which is fine. He then calls Evelyn and asks her to meet him at the dog park while she is in the middle of working. And he says,
Terrible decision.
I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise for you. He's fully planning to break up with her. Then he says, can you meet me at the dog park? I have a surprise for you. Who in their right mind would say something like that when you're literally making it seem like you have this great thing for her. You're about to take a next step in your relationship, whatever, but you're breaking up with her. Like, can you imagine if someone did that to you? They call you and they're like, hey babe, could you meet me at the dog park? I have a surprise for you. And then you get there and they're like, actually, I want to break up. Get your stuff out.
So I'd be like, wait, there's no dog? Like,
and then she says that too. She goes, I know what it is. It's a puppy. And then he's like, just get here. You'll see. And I'm like, you couldn't have just shut that down immediately.
All you have to
she's
do.
She's on her way there, all excited about a puppy. She probably wouldn't have died if she wasn't excited about the puppy because she was too distracted about the puppy to look both ways.
All you have to do is say, we need to talk, and everyone instantly knows what is happening with that.
Exactly. Meet me at the dog park.
He did this. Talk. He kills her.
Yes. Because she's so excited about the puppy that she pulls up and she's like, sees him and she's all excited. And then she like runs across the road and gets hit by like a truck.
Yeah.
Fully. Like gets hit.
No,
it
was a public bus. It wasn't a truck. It was a bus.
The scene of that bus hitting her was nuts.
He goes flying. It like cuts and it shows her gets fucking boosted.
Yeah, and then she's like on the ground and it's like, so I hated the acting from Ashley Greene on this scene.
Yeah.
Because which like she wasn't great in the movie in general, but like this in general, or this scene in particular really bothered me because she's like fully has like they have blood sparks showing how she's skidded across the road. She's like laying there. She's clearly has like a horrible brain injury, like the blood like pouring out of her head and there's like blood pouring under her. She's like clearly about to die. And oddly enough, I feel like this is the scene where Anton, Max's actor, does his best work. And he like really makes up for what she's lacking. And he's like, you know, actually putting some emotion into this scene. He's like got tears in his eyes. His like voice gets shaky. He's like seems all concerned and whatever. And I totally forgot to mention, or we totally forgot to mention, Evelyn, when she goes by his shop later to try on like the outfits and bang him, she also sees the devil genie, and that's when like she kind of shits on him about his like career desires.
Yeah.
But they end up kind of making up, and then she's like, promise me that we'll be together forever. And then he's like, I promise. And then the devil genie's eyes glow, and it's like, that's, you know, something has happened. There's a wish that's been made. So back to the crash scene, Evelyn is like reinforcing this idea. She's like, I don't want to die. I don't want to leave you. And he's like, I promise, like, I'm not leaving you. We'll be together forever. And she's like, forever. And then she dies. Would you like to speak now?
So she gets launched and but like the thing is, like another thing about this shitty scene is like the only thing that's wrong with her is like this like crudely put on like fucking blood makeup on her forehead that doesn't even look like a wound. It's just like it doesn't even look like it was her blood. It almost looked like someone threw blood at her, and it was just terrible.
Which is what happened.
And she's like, together forever.
Like her acting is absolutely horrendous.
Awful.
Like, she seemed perfectly okay and like with it. Like if you had just been hit like that with a bus and had been launched, like she gets launched like 20 feet. Yeah. And then you hit the ground and you clearly have a brain injury. Yeah. You're not conscious. There's no shot she was conscious. And if she did come to, she wouldn't be able to like string together coherent sentences.
Not like
and she's
that,
like sitting here like seems perfectly like more awake than if she had just been woken up from a nap. Like she's like
she didn't even seem
no
concussed.
No, she didn't. Like she seemed perfectly fine, but then suddenly she like goes from being perfectly fine and having a conversation to like
it's so bad.
Wild.
And then we get
so bad.
And then we get the funeral scene, where we see was it Victor? What's his name? Victor. Travis. Why did I say Victor?
I don't know.
With a new bitch. He's like, doesn't even care. She's in on her phone.
Complete blonde chick who's scrolling through Instagram or something at the funeral.
Like, why even invite her?
Like you're just sitting there like chewing a piece of gum and like texting someone or like scrolling through Instagram.
It's
and
so
Travis
funny.
is just like, yeah.
It's like, and it's like, it's so funny though because as they're walking away, like she does kind of like put her arm around him and pats him on the shoulder, like he's upset about this. Like,
he's not in any way.
Funny, and
Travis
then
was literally probably happy that Evelyn died. He was
yeah,
not about it.
Yeah, no, because I mean, as we get later, when like we see Max in his apartment, and he's just got obviously Chinese food containers. I don't understand why it's always Chinese food when these people are depressed.
Chinese food and pizza.
Yeah, pizza makes sense. But Chinese.
I don't know. Chinese food would comfort me.
Maybe it's because they're both delivery.
I think that's what it is. And at the time,
there was no
movie
DoorDash.
Came out in 2014. It wasn't like like it was kind of like just the normal places you can get deliveries from. So I think that's probably why.
And he's just watching like horror
beer
movies
bottles
and depressed, and they did his makeup to seem like he like hasn't been sleeping right and shit like that. And then Travis stops by and he's like, "Whoa, you look really bad. You should move on or whatever. Actually, I only stopped by to ask you if I could use your house so I could fuck more women," and then leaves.
Not ask, tell.
Yeah.
He literally comes by and he goes, "Hey man, so I know everything's really bad right now, but there's a double feature going on at this movie theater." And then Max is all like, "Oh, you want to see a movie with me? Like, you came here to like comfort me and see a movie with me? That's so nice."
Hashtag relatable.
Like, and Travis goes, "I would love to see a movie with you. However,
I got a super hot MILF waiting for me.
I'm gonna fucking MILF on your couch if that's chill."
Like that. This might be the the best scene in this movie, and it's just purely based off of that guy. Because he's just like, yeah, I don't really know how to comfort you, but I need to get pussy, so you need to go outside and live your life, so I can use your living room.
Yeah, and he's all like concerned for him and like has like looked this up to like try to like get him out of the house, because at this point it's implied by like the fact that they do like a time lapse of a plant dying, that like it's been a minute.
Was kind of a cool scene. I would say it's probably the only artistic scene in this movie is that plant dying, which was pretty cool. It. Yeah.
So it's been a minute though, and so you're thinking he's like, "Oh, come on, man, it's time to like get back into the world, whatever." But it's literally he has done this research to try to entice Max to leave his home so that he can use it. Like, that is so incredibly messed up. It's insane. And then he's like, "Come on, man, you were gonna break up with her anyway." Max is like, "Okay, but I killed her instead." Like, what do you mean? What's the point here? Like, the amount, and I know Travis doesn't like Evelyn.
Yeah.
And I know for the most part he like just uses Max, but like the wildest freaking reaction that I've ever seen.
And then, so this is after like he does go to the movies by himself. Sad guy, and he goes outside after the movies, and knowingly pops up calling him fruit,
because the malted that he wanted to get from her shop was a fruit brute cereal.
Yeah. And he turns around and he's like, huh? And then she's like, oh my god, it's so embarrassing, you don't remember me at all. Like anyone could like look at her and forget her. Like that's one of those things where it's just like you go to a place and you're like, well, I just had a connection with somebody that I'll never see again. Like,
it's just your revenge against your ex who.
yeah, because she also she thought Alexandra Daddario's eyes were creepy, which kind of is true, but in an alluring way. Yeah.
Looks like a witch. It's cool.
She does, yeah, and it fits the vibe this movie's going for. I just wish she was a better actress in this movie. But anyway, and then like she they have like an initial talk where he's like, "No, I do remember you. It was cool. You're cool and all that stuff." And then he like goes to like walk away, and like that's it. And then she's just like, "You want to hang out?" And he's like, "Sure." And then they go to a fucking cemetery, right?
Well, first they go to her ice cream shop.
They go to the
and
ice
she's
cream
like,
shop,
you never got to have the malted because your girlfriend threw a tantrum.
Which is one of the craziest things that happens in this scene.
Which is not a stroke.
Wait, no, because there's a I just remembered a line in this that's fucking insane. When she, like, because they start to talk about their own exes. And he goes like, he's like, yeah, I threw mine under the bus, which is fucking insane. That's insane to say.
Because I don't even blame him, because she says basically, like, is your girlfriend here? And Max is like, no, she moved on.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of a wild way to put it, but I don't even blame him for not telling her that Evelyn's dead.
Yeah, because that
like,
is...
I understand. He's still processing it. He barely knows this girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't know that anything's going to happen between them. It's
and then, like,
fine that he didn't tell her.
It's also, I think one of the quickest way to scare somebody off is to be like, my significant other's dead. You know what I mean?
Right? Like, what are you going to do? Where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Like, I don't blame him.
Yeah,
for
you gotta
her.
trap
Like,
him first.
The way he phrased it, okay. Well, that's not good. Don't do that. But the point is, it was just such a wild way to put it. You literally said, I kind of threw her under the bus.
Kinda.
What the fuck?
But the thing is, he also, once again, he does it in his worst acting way. I kind of threw her under a bus.
Yeah, he's like, I can't. No, he delivers it like he's like in a Disney sitcom. He's like, I kind of threw her under the bus.
And then she was just like, oh, well, it happens. It happens.
Yeah. And then she starts talking about her ex, who. Never mind, I was about to say.
Wait,
something.
I was gonna say, yeah, I just realized it. Hold on. Not on the pod. Go ahead.
Not on the pod. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, hold on. I got all hot.
yeah, sorry.
Okay. Alright, I'm chill now. Alright. I
Not
did
on
it
the
again.
pod.
I did it again.
Why did we do it?
I don't know. I was trying to help. Okay. Anyway. So, Alexandra Daddario... Stop laughing!
It's like, I don't know why it's the hardest part for you.
You keep laughing and it's like...
All right. Yeah, I'll fucking cover my screen. This is great content here.
No, don't do that. Okay, I've got it. I'm just gonna
act like Max.
Yeah, just act like Max. Just like stare off into space, dissociated. No, too much emotion. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't have a blanket on face. You look like you're feeling. There you go. All right, now fix that because no one will listen to what I'm saying with that face happening. Alexandra Daddario is basically like, yeah, I know what you mean. Basically, my ex chose Jesus over me. He decided he was gonna be a born again Christian, and all of a sudden he's like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't have sex. And then she says something like, and it just got to a point where I was like, would somebody please just fuck me? And, really loud, and everyone's walking by in the street, and some dude goes, got you, baby.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good.
And she's like, oh my god, it's so embarrassing. And now
So
I just go around in this public space.
Yeah,
where everyone's getting out of the movie.
this
So
very
awkward.
active sidewalk is very.
Yeah. So anyway, they go to her ice cream shop first. And I did like that. I liked the fact that they
Yeah.
did that as
But-
their first little like bonding moment.
She also says in the ice cream shop, she's like, basically, I got naked, I stood in front of him, and I made him choose me or God. No, it's like,
She goes, I said, it's me or Jesus. He chose Jesus.
he just,
And then this is like honestly the only time it really like seemed like he was into one of them. Max goes, that's unbelievable, or like something like that. He's like, something like, what the fuck?
what the fuck?
It's like, can't imagine that.
I was just like,
Um,
you see them cannons? Like, you see
See them what?
cannons? Ain't no one saying no today.
Not no.
Not on the pod.
Not on the pod. Anyway, so I did like that scene though. They were like bonding a little bit, and they were start venting a little bit about their exes, and that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And then that's when she decides to take him to the cemetery. Pretty sure the only reason they did this is because they're trying to make a joke about how Evelyn's buried there. Like, I really didn't see another reason for that to have been included. They're like walking through the cemetery, and she's saying like, "Oh, do you know how cool this place is? Like, do you know who's buried here?" And then Max is like, "I can think of one." And then
No, he literally like
in
does like
black-
a face card afterwards. He's like, I can think of one.
Yeah, that's exactly how he looked. Yeah, he's like breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah. Like he
So-
literally looks toward the camera to say that. It was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know why. So they like he makes that joke, and then that's kind of it. Like, you don't really gain anything else from that scene whatsoever. Oh no, actually, you do. I forgot. Like, towards the end of that scene, they're walking, and I guess they walk past Evelyn's grave, which is nuts.
Yeah, and you
And
just
then you see Evelyn like pop her head out or her hand out from under the grave, which like also like I know that a zombie movie isn't logical, but what was the timing of that? Like, months have gone by.
she should be
at
way
this
more
point.
decayed than this.
Well, first of all, she should be more decayed than this. Second of all, why didn't she immediately dig herself out? Like,
That's
why
what I
did-
don't
why did
understand
months go by?
either.
And like, if fine that months did go by, but like, what's the reason for that? Like, there has to be some sort of reason for that.
Yeah.
And she's like, the only thing that really looks good to me at this point with her is her teeth. Her teeth look like very yellow and decayed, and I think that looks good. But the rest of her, honestly, the makeup in general needed so much improvement in this movie.
The thing is that she actually progressively gets worse throughout the movie. Because like
She
at
does.
first she kind of it's just like waxy kind of complexion with like a single patch of like red on her face. That's like, okay, I guess like that's what we're getting level of zombie. But then she does kind of decay worse as the movie
Which
goes.
I guess to a certain extent makes sense, like, because she does like throw up embalming fluid
Right into his mouth.
so it's like right into his mouth, like
Yeah.
right as she's trying to bang
Mhm.
him. She throws up embalming fluid, and that was disgusting. But like,
Yeah.
maybe that made her like
Well-
decay faster slowly.
Before we get to that scene, we do get to the scene where like they like are making out on like his front step.
Olivia and Max.
Yeah, Olivia
Yeah.
and Max are making out in his front step. And
right after they left the cemetery, and Evelyn is like currently digging herself out of
like
this grave.
it seems like they're going to go hook up, and then he's like, she's just like, wait, we shouldn't. And then he's just like, all right, yeah, sure, I gotta open up in the morning, you know what I mean, be responsible.
Mhm.
And then when he goes inside, he hears a knock on the door, and he's just like, hey, she did come back. and then opens the door, and then we see Evelyn pop up.
Yeah, pop up. And like Josh said earlier, the reaction he had to this was just like the weakest, like weirdest reaction you could have. And like he does sufficiently look like he doesn't want to be near her, but more so because she's gross, not because like he's scared or he's confused about what's happening. Like you can tell that he's like, oh, like you're gross.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it. Like besides that, he like makes this joke about like, oh, this is like I'm just hallucinating. Like it'll totally be fine. I'll open the door again. She won't be there. And then he opens it and she is there. And then she's like, which also this makes no sense. She's not like, she doesn't give him a minute. She's not like, hey, what's been up? Hey, how has life been? Oh my God, we're back. Like trying to have any sort of emotional connection. She's immediately trying to jump his bones.
Yes.
And it's like, she seems like that before, but it's like dead her just as like a sex machine. Like that's all she wants. That's all she knows.
It. And then
yeah, he's trying to avoid it at all costs because like she's disgusting.
Yeah, she's dead. Yeah, and she apparently stinks. And like he like puts her to bed at one point in the movie, and he like gives her a kiss, and then he's immediately like, ew, that tastes disgusting. Yeah. But Olivia does come back during this scene.
Yeah, because Evelyn, what happens is he's trying to postpone the sex by telling her to go take a shower. I think he wants a minute to process, of course. So she goes to take a shower and she's like trying to desperately to get him to go with her. And he's like, no. So then she's showering and Olivia does come to the door this time. And she's like, you know, I was thinking about it and like we're both consenting adults. And like if you want to and I want to, like I don't see why not. And then Max is like, you know, I kind of think you were right. Like I think it'll be like better if we wait. And Olivia's like, great. And she starts to walk in and then she's like, what? This was probably like my favorite scene with her because she was just so like, first of all, like the flusteredness of like the embarrassment of it all felt like very genuine to me.
Yeah.
And also like I thought it was just so funny that she like was so under the assumption that he would immediately say yes, that she wasn't
and then she's like, what?
Yeah. And then as they're talking about this, Evelyn ends up like shouting like
he says, he's just like, wouldn't it be better to like wait? And that comes up again later, and it pisses me the fuck off. But you go ahead, keep talking. But I just needed to note that for right here.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. So Evelyn's like shouting, she's like, "We're out of shampoo, baby," or something like that. And then Olivia's like, "What was that?" And it was like clearly coming from his apartment. Like, and he's like, "Whoa, the wall!"
Yeah.
Super thin, dude.
Yeah, he's like, you don't want to hear us like rail each other, and then like all the neighbors hear us like really going at it for like hours at a time. You really want to hear that? You want them to hear that?
Monkeys. He starts humping his store.
Yeah, which is a little crazy.
Really, we needed a visual, of course.
Yeah, I don't think we needed that.
Yeah, which like to his credit, I will say he did literally 2 minutes prior have his dead ex walk into his house, and she's immediately like, he's trying to process that she's trying to suck his dick. Like it's like a whole.
It is thing. Crazy. She walks in and she's just like, "All right, head."
He's like, hello,
like it's crazy.
It's insane. And
she's
so like
a giver.
he does have that happening where it's like not only is she his dead ex here, and that's like enough to process, but she doesn't want to talk about it. She doesn't want to acknowledge it. She just wants to get in bed with him. So like that is a lot, and I would be extremely out of it and like probably saying really stupid stuff. And then also Olivia gets to the door. He doesn't want Evelyn to hear Olivia. He doesn't want Olivia to hear Evelyn. Like, I get it. That was like a very stressful, weird situation, but just like his lines were just wild in that scene. And so Olivia obviously is like, what the fuck is happening? And she's like, okay, I'll get out of here. And so she leaves. And then what happened next?
I think what happens?
Because it's kind of like
I think they just fall asleep.
Happening.
That
night.
Yeah, that first night, I think they literally just like end up like falling asleep because like she throws
Oh,
up in
yeah.
his mouth, and then he takes. Then
Yeah.
it cuts to them
And then
like
she
waking
finally
up.
lets
Yeah.
it go. Yeah. And then dude, this is also such a wild line. They wake up the next morning and Will's like, "Hey, we didn't like," and Evelyn's like, "Have sex?" No, last night I like tried to pull your pants down and your penis was the size of a marshmallow mini.
It's like,
That is so wild.
and he doesn't even register it. He doesn't even react.
No.
He's just like, get the fuck out of here.
He's like, that is just such a wild thing to say to someone you're trying to bone.
Yeah.
Like, your penis was so little. It was like literally a marshmallow mini size.
Listen, so Max confirmed grower, not a shower. Like
Evelyn confirmed for him. Yeah, so that happens, and then timeline kind of unclear after that, because kind of a lot of the stuff that happens in the days coming are like just not like it could have happened at any time basically.
Yeah.
But kind of we just get like a few days of Evelyn being there, and then she's like, oh wait, we did skip over the poster scene. I guess that doesn't matter that much.
it doesn't matter. It's not a huge deal.
Okay. So anyway,
we
just
did
get a
talk
couple
about
days
it, but it's
yeah, basically it's kind of just trying to drill in the fact that like Evelyn doesn't sleep, doesn't eat, like is obviously like a zombie. She does like slowly start to decay more. The makeup is really bad, especially at the end. And then at the end they start having like flies around her, which is kind of funny. Which I don't really mind because it's just kind of funny.
A shitty CG fly where it's just like
Yeah,
a black dot flying around her with buzzing noises. It's just terrible.
Yeah, it's literally just like circling her head like this.
Yeah,
but like her makeup just starts. It just like is so obviously a prosthetic, and it's like so obviously just like painted.
Yeah,
and it just like doesn't look good, and like and then they don't blend it well, and they don't like find one that fits her face very well, so it just looks like her cheeks are getting bigger and bigger because they have prosthetics on her cheeks.
Yeah. They're just caking that shit on.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like odd, but anyway, and she doesn't want to eat, she doesn't want to sleep, and kind of what's happening is she's like continues to be ridiculously horny, is like constantly trying to get him to sleep with her. He's trying to avoid that at all costs, and she's also like comes up with the idea that perhaps if they want to live together forever, if they want to be together forever like they promised, that she should kill him so that he can be like her. Which I'm like, first of all, what is this assumption that would happen? Because we know Evelyn got to be how she is from the genie. Like, why are we just assuming that if he eats his brains that he'll become like her?
Like we we don't get confirmation that she's a zombie. She's undead, but we don't she's not infected or anything, or there's so it doesn't make sense.
It is supposed to be like she's a zombie, but like we never get that confirmation. There's no way they really could have known that.
No,
because it literally came from a wish.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Max never even questions that. Like, he's obviously very resistant to the whole killing him thing, and he's like trying to make excuses as to why. But I'm like, I feel valid, but I feel like my main concern would have been like, hey man, how do you know that that's gonna work? I'm not positive it will, and then you won't have me ever. So wouldn't you rather just like know that you can have me forever, or until I die? So, and then it's like also he figures out, because she like slips on a puddle or something and her neck pops out of place, that like she cannot die in the traditional sense. Like clearly like something is going to have to happen, which ends up being totally debunked later, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I actually forgot about the neck break scene, and then what happens later.
Her neck totally breaks, and then she just pops it back into place, and Max like even notes like it's this like clearly very important line where he's like, you can't die. And then he ends up kind of brainstorming with Travis, who's trying to figure out how to get out of this like horny, murderous like
the dream.
So dream. So he goes to Travis again for advice, because of course. And he's trying to figure out like what to do. I think at work he finds this book where he's trying to first of all he goes to try to get like the devil genie to try to like get that to maybe wish it backwards, and then instantly drops it like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And then he ends
And
up
there's like
finding
little
this
shitty
spell.
fairy dust that pops out of it. Like it's just the worst shit.
No, it's so bad. And he finds like this book, and he's like tries to do this like spell on Evelyn that like obviously fails, and it's just was so weird. But
Yeah, like he like
anyway,
blows it on her, and then he was just like, I was trying a new recipe, didn't work.
yeah, and she just doesn't even question it.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, you just blew stuff in my face that you
Yeah.
just picked up off the chopping board. That's
Mhm.
chill. Anyway, want to have sex also. And also, how what did you think about the killing? And given that any more thought? No?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he goes to Travis for advice again. They kind of determine that because she can't die the normal way, that he's going to have to like behead her, perhaps, or like puncture the brain somehow.
Before we get to that scene, we do, because for whatever reason, I think he's just still trying to avoid like getting with her. That's when they go out in the town.
Because she's disgusting. No, because that's at this point he's discovered that.
Oh, you
Travis,
are right.
She's trying to do it like that night.
Yeah.
And then he to postpone it a little longer because he also like doesn't want to kill her. Like even though she's already dead, he like obviously doesn't want to do that, even though like they're not working out.
Yeah.
But so to postpone it, he does say like I want to go dancing. He gets her to go to this club where they get there, and he takes her to like this kind of like goth club so that it won't look weird that she's like decaying. And because she at this point like her face is looking a little fucked up.
Yeah.
And then she's dancing on the floor, and this is like another example of like Evelyn's extreme insecurity, where like these two girls are like standing next to Max, and they're like, your girlfriend is so goth who does her makeup, and they're like into her, and they're like complimenting her, and they're whatever. And then Evelyn comes up, and she's like, who are you? Stop high fucking my boyfriend, you skank. She like pushes them and stuff.
Yeah. She was like, it's like you Morticia cunt. Like you Morticia.
Yeah. Because obviously there's like goth girls at this club.
Yeah.
Anyway, but like so weird. And then so the reason that I bring that up though is because immediately after, basically he's trying to get her so drunk that she forgets that she wants to fuck him and kill him.
Yeah.
So he goes to the bar, and he's like, what's the closest thing you have to an elephant tranquilizer? And he brings out absinthe.
Yeah.
And the reason that this scene is so annoying to me is because, as we have seen, Evelyn is so controlling and jealous and insane. And then as she's doing the absinthe shot, she's like actively flirting with the bartender.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, I'm fucking the shit out of him.
Yeah, she's maintaining eye contact. She doesn't look at Max once.
Yeah.
She's like maintaining eye contact with this like goth bartender dude. Like will not stop looking at him, will not look away. She's looking at him like real intense. She like bites her lips. She's like winking at him and stuff. And she's like throws back like 3 shots of absinthe.
Yeah.
And he's just like, anyway, whatever. That was so weird.
That was weird. What I will say is the bartender was increasingly like, what the fuck? like he kept looking at her being like, you shouldn't let her have more. And then he's just like, you heard the lady.
Like let her fucking die of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, it's the best situation here.
Yeah. So then this is like messed up. So they go outside. Evelyn has gotten so drunk that she's like stumbling and stuff. And like also again, what is the like logic? Because it's like, is her condition like if she's been dead for months, like her brain wouldn't be working, and it's like it makes sense that she doesn't want to eat and stuff like that. But then it's like she starts throwing up because of how much she's had to drink, which
like her liver shouldn't function. Like she shouldn't even feel any of it.
No, and it's just like so, but she's so messed up that she's like goes behind a dumpster like next to the club and starts puking. And then of course Olivia and her friends walk up at like that exact moment.
Yeah.
And you can tell Olivia's like slowly starting to piece together that like something's still happening with his ex and like that's bothering her. But because she hears like the voice of Evelyn being like stupid shit, she's like starts saying like round 2 ding 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 and starts just like puking and stuff. It was the weirdest fucking line and
just
scene
terrible.
and whatever.
Terrible.
Just terrible. And then basically I forget what joke Max makes. We make some joke, and her friends are like, "This is the nerd you've been crushing on."
Yeah.
Basically.
Which, to be fair, yeah.
They're not wrong. And then she's like, "Oh, this is so embarrassing." Whatever. But that's like kind of where she starts to, I think, get an inkling that like he's still involved with her.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of confirmed that like the voice she heard in his apartment was, you know, probably the ex's. And then I think basically after that, it's like, you know, you continue on with the shit, and then Alexandra Daddario, but the day before shit really starts to go down, she goes to his shop and brings him food, and they like have lunch together, and it's all nice and whatever. And then Evelyn calls him at the shop. He answers the phone, and he's like all like acting like the most guilty and nervous person I've ever seen in my life. Like he's like repeatedly like back at Olivia, like while he's on the phone with saying anything like really,
Yeah.
it's, you know, to cause alarm, like could have just been a customer or something. But then like Evelyn says I love you, and then he goes that's great, and like won't say it back. And here's my thing, he ends up basically saying I love you to her, and like really he could have literally just hung up and then called Evelyn back when Olivia left and been like, oh my god babe, I'm so sorry, connection lost. Like why are you putting yourself in these positions? But anyway, Olivia ends up figuring out that there's still something going on with Evelyn from that, basically. And she's like, look, man, I'm not going to share you with this chick. I already tried that with my ex and Jesus, okay? This doesn't work for me. So I can't do that. And then she leaves, and she's basically like, look, if you want to be with me and only me, you're going to show up at Hollywood Forever Cemetery tomorrow where they're showing a movie. And la la la. And then do you want to take it from here? Because I feel like you might have some opinions.
I mean, what happens right after the scene? Because that's he's
actually, I guess before that he goes to Travis.
Well, he goes to Travis, and then Travis. So basically, what happens now is he goes to Travis, and Travis is like, "All right, I'll do it. I'll kill her for you." Which is an insane thing to do.
And then he
well,
can't, like, go through
what happens is I just remembered that's what led to the dancing is he tries to kill her, and then he's like I can't do it, and that's what they end up going dancing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then so that after that night he's just like, all right, well, like Travis is like, you got to move on, you got to go bang this hot chick. I'll kill her for you.
Yeah, because Max is like, I guess I'll just stand Olivia up and deal with this shit forever.
Yeah.
And then Travis suddenly is like, you know what? I'm suddenly, like, this person that has been, like, extremely selfish and, like, a screw-up and a loser this whole time, suddenly is willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for Max by killing someone for him.
And so we get like two like alternating scenes where it's like Max is having a great time with Olivia at the cemetery showing. It kind of cool, but then also I feel like there's no way that's real. They wouldn't let anybody just show movies at a fucking cemetery on top of people's dead like family members.
I don't know.
Maybe I guess it would depend.
Famous cemetery. I don't know.
But
anyway, yeah, it was weird.
But we have Travis show up at the house, and Evelyn's immediately like, "Oh, you God. Disgusting prick! You half brother, fucking piece of shit."
He is a disgusting prick.
Because he goes to look for porn. He makes up this excuse that he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go on like a skiing trip for like a month, and I'm gonna be gone, so I need to find my porn." Because I can't not nut while I'm there. And then he's like,
Max has hogged it for like months and months and months and months.
And then
your boyfriend.
And then he's like, wait, hold on. I need to make sure it's not scratched. I gotta watch it. You know what I mean? I gotta give it the little rundown. And then he like throws it on, and it's called like Gormore Girls, which is weird. And like. It's just like
so it's like a gory like horror.
Oh, but the only thing that we're getting is a girl with nipple tassels, and then she's getting eaten by like cannibals or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like super up close, like video shots of like her brain,
and
like, getting all like mushed and devoured.
Like Travis is like sitting on the couch, like trying to get the machete. Like, you know, so he can use it on her. And then Evelyn's all of a sudden it's like...
The things he was saying, by the way, were nuts. The way he was like, I'm pants are getting all tight.
Yeah,
You gotta take off
dude.
my-
For a second, I was like, "Are they gonna fuck?" And I was like, there was a
Imagine?
split second where I was just like, "If they threw a fucking curveball in this movie, were they end up fucking?" That would have been crazy.
That would have been wild. I
Yeah. Yeah, like that would have been nuts.
Yeah.
Because like what you realize, you're like first you're like, because in my head I was like, is she getting excited about the stuff he's saying? But no, then you quickly realize she sees the brains being eaten on the TV, and then she's like,
and that's what she's getting excited
I'm
about.
a zombie.
Very, it is confirmed at this point that she's like a zombie.
Yeah. And then
she's
just
all hungry.
She like just bends down and starts eating his fucking brains, like straight up.
Yeah.
And then we cut back
Also,
to the
this is where
cemetery.
her eyes drastically change.
They become like
from
red.
like being pretty much normal to like really stark white at a point, and then mostly like really red.
Yeah.
And it's like so obviously contacts, but it's just like why they went from like, and it's not even after she's eaten brains, it's like when she's looking at the brains, suddenly her eyes like drastically change. That was weird to me. And weird choice,
yeah. It just doesn't make sense, because it's like, all right, yeah, it doesn't makes no goddamn sense. This movie fucking sucks. Anyway, and then we cut back to the cemetery, and they're watching. Was it Night of the Living Dead? Right, I think so. The original one from the 60s, and then they end up fucking in the car. Olivia and Max, fucking the car, and they wake up in the morning. Oh, well, it's actually mainly Max wakes up in the morning, and she like he's getting ready to leave, and then she's like wakes up and she's like, "Oh wow, you're really just gonna hump and dump me?"
Yeah, that was wild. Wait, but before that, like, whenever that's happening, whenever they're doing that, at the same time, this is when Evelyn, like, she sees the brains and whatever, and she eats Travis. So you are seeing like a dual scene where like Max and Olivia are hooking up, and so you're going like back and forth between the hookup scene to which like I actually kind of didn't mind, like the duality of it. I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then Travis and Evelyn, and it's Evelyn murdering Travis, and Travis's reactions are pretty funny.
That's
right. So we're going back and forth between those two, and then Max wakes up and is basically like, "Oh shit, I didn't mean to fall asleep. Whatever, I gotta go check in on Travis." And that's when she says the hump and dump line.
And then he's like, he's like, wild. "No, I would never." And then she's just like, "You're right." And he was like, "Right about what?" I said a lot of stuff. And then she was just like, "It was better to wait." But fuck that. No, because he didn't even mean to say that. He was saying that in some bullshit moment just to fucking keep the conversation from going towards the fucking bitch in his house. Why the fuck are we even getting that line? Or it's shown to be like a nice loving part, and you're like, no, he didn't say that genuinely. He said that to be a fucking scuzzball. Fuck that guy.
That guy. No, for real. Fuck that guy.
But then then he leaves. I
expect you to be the angriest about that part.
That pissed me off because it's like the way they played it. You know what I mean? Like if he was kind of like being like, yeah, I definitely meant that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would be like, okay, but he's just like, oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah, I'm such a suave motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you, asshole. Like, that pissed me off. Yeah. But yeah, so then he does return to the house. Yeah. Scooting.
When he goes to Peter Hollywood Cemetery too, they like show him like scooting up with his little helmet, looking like a 12-year-old, and then Olivia's sitting there like, "Oh, he's streaky," and you're like, "What is this?" I hate this like the ick culture, but like I got the ick. I was like, "What are we doing? Like, why did this part need to be filmed? Him just like scooting along the sidewalk."
Listen, man, as a man who rides an electric scooter to work. As a man who rides an electric scooter to work, I'm glad we have some representation that we can get some. All right, I'm just saying, positive representation, guys. But it is just a weird thing though, where it's like, nobody says anything about it in the movie. Like it would be like, cause like the one thing is
it's
like
I had that scooter when I was 10.
like all my coworkers, like, you know, we all make jokes to each other and shit. And like same thing with my family. It's a thing. Like but like nobody says anything to him about it. Nobody. That doesn't seem natural to me.
So you're just mad because you're like, I get made fun of, so should you.
Yeah, I mean, because he's got a little fucking kick scooter. At least mine has a motor. At least mine goes on the fucking road. What the fuck does his do? Like,
at least I can use mine to hit my head on a branch.
Yeah,
what
and
do
I'm
you do?
yeah. At least I can lobotomize myself. You prick.
Should we just leave that with no context?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. We'll have doctors writing in and be like, "Go to the hospital." Like,
the internet doctors.
But anyway, he scoots back to the house and discovers that Evelyn has eaten Travis.
Yeah, and she's all upset 'cause she's like, "You totally cheated on me," and then he's like,
"Oh, I forgot. She found the phone. She found the phone.
Oh,
yeah.
She found the phone. Yeah. Wait, was that yet?
No.
No, wait, that wasn't yet. That wasn't yet. But I think because he was out all night, and she knew he was going to work that night. But she was like, "You don't usually work at night. Like, what's the deal?" And he's all like, "It's Halloween. What can I say?"
Yeah.
And then he gets back the next morning. So she's like, "What's happening? You were out overnight. You're wearing different clothes. Like, what's going on?" Basically. And then he's all like, "You're alive and you're here. Where's Travis? What's going on?" He's all concerned about that. She's all concerned that he's cheating. And she like does not in the slightest like care or like think that, care about Max's potential reaction to the fact that she ate his half brother.
Piece of shit.
Half. Don't forget. Also, like, so funny to me. Like, all of my siblings are my half siblings. I've never once called them that. Like, as much less made like a deal about, like, I don't think of them that
like,
way. And
you're
to just go around being
like
half sibling, like, I think that's kind of weird in general. But then to like make it seem like it's like, oh, I'm using this term like literally like a slur, like to make it seem like you're less of siblings that way.
Yeah.
Or like you owe each other less or something like that.
All you have to do is be like, you guys weren't even that close. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are like 10 years apart, or maybe
it's because he only uses you for your apartment.
Yeah, shit like that. It's not like, you should not use the crux of your argument to be the fact that he's your half brother. Like, that means anything. He could just be your friend, and that's okay. Like,
Travis makes an excellent point that he said something like, "Come on, man, we came from the same sack. Don't be like that." Oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, she murders Travis. He's like wrapped up in his like corpse is like
like Dexter style.
Yeah, and Max is like freaked out, and then Evelyn's like, "Yeah, but can we get over that? Because like I'd really like to talk about the fact that we haven't killed you yet.
Yeah.
Like I would really like to get to that." And then Max is like efficiently, freaked out at this point, which I also would be if I was looking at my dead half brother. I would be like a little upset about that, but he basically is like gets her to go run a bath, and this scene is actually like kind of really funny to me because he tells her to go run a bath and like oh okay, we'll do it, but like let's have a romantic bath first.
Yeah.
So she's in there, she's doing it, and she keeps being like, "Max, hurry up," and he's like, "Just doing some manscaping." and then like later she's calling him and he goes, "I'm coming, I'm just doing my taint."
It's pretty good.
I kind of liked that scene. I was just like, what is happening? Anyway, so he leaves. He goes to like the police station because like he tries to call the cops. They hang up on him because he's like starts out by being like, "Look, my girlfriend came back from the dead," and they're just like hanging up on it. Like, say that. Just be like, "There's been a murder. Here's the address. I'll explain it later." You know what I mean? Anyway, but he goes to the police station since like no one came when he called. Leaves his phone, which who does that? But he leaves his phone, and then Olivia texts him basically being like, "Oh my god, I had a great night last night." And then Evelyn texts her, what?
Also, this is like 2014, 2013. What the fuck is this like mixture? Like, it's like it's got like touch. it's a touch screen, but it's also like with buttons. What the fuck
Keyboard?
is that
Yeah.
phone? Like it's like.
I don't know. There was a BlackBerry like that. They
but
had like a I
in
think where they were, like, making-
2014.
Yeah, I had an iPhone in 2014.
No, I'm saying, but like most people had iPhones or Androids. What the fuck was that thing?
Well, people had but the BlackBerry was like popular before iPhone.
Yeah, iPhone came out in 2008.
Yeah, but like I remember, like everybody had a BlackBerry before they had it. Whatever.
I'm saying in fucking 2014, no one had a BlackBerry.
I think they didn't. Oh, hold on. Let's see.
No one had a fucking BlackBerry in 2014.
First BlackBerry was released.
You're not listening. I'm saying this came out in the year of our Lord 2014. 2014. Smartphones became prevalent at least in 2010 to 2011 when like everybody had a smartphone. BlackBerry was done by then.
Oh, okay. That's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay, but that's not true.
It is true. Just because fucking there was shit available doesn't mean that it was popular.
Yeah, I guess not popular. But my point is, my dad had one when I was like still in high school, and I was high school. My first year of high school was 2014. Whatever. This is like so not important.
All right. Cut that.
Yeah. Josh made a horrible point again.
Yeah, we'll put another black screen there. It's just like.
In there, cat or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Evelyn texts. This is so stupid. Evelyn texts Olivia back, and she's like, "I'm gonna eat you up," and they even show her like make a typo, delete the typo, and then retype.
That was actually very funny. That was very funny.
She goes, "I'm gonna eat you up," and then Olivia's like, "Naughty boy," and then that like sends Olivia into like a rampage, or Evelyn into a rampage. So then she goes to like assault her at her ice cream shop, and while Max is at the police station, he hears the call come in, basically saying that like an ice cream shop has been fucked up.
In this scene, I forget the actor's name, but this guy is in a lot of
the policeman?
The police officer, the old police officer guy. He's in a lot of like B horror movies. He's been around for a very long time. We'll look him up. Black screen.
Black screen. Dick Miller.
Dick Miller. Yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. Night of the Creeps he was in, I believe.
The chick that Travis brought to the funeral.
Yeah.
Literally looks the exact same in her like picture online that she did at the funeral. That is so funny. Anyway. So he decides to wait, do I know that one? No. Okay. He decides to leave the police station because he's like, oh shoot, like something happened in an ice cream shop. It must have been Olivia. And it is like you end up seeing Evelyn break in and whatever. He goes to the ice cream shop, they're not there. He goes to the apartment. Evelyn has tied Olivia up.
Yeah.
And like to a chair and is like threatening to kill her and whatever. I feel like she would have just done it by then, but whatever. Yeah. Then they have this like stupid ass like weird scene.
It was like a horrible fight. It was a horrible.
You talk
fight.
About it.
Like,
I don't even want to.
No, there's nothing to talk about. It was just one of the worst choreographed fights. People are just like throw one like hit and then they're like rolling on the floor like oh, and then like
and also Evelyn has super strength and like that's like they've been building that up like the whole time like and we don't know why or like what the fuck that's about.
Yeah, since when do zombies have super strength? What the fuck is happening?
She can like poke someone and they like get thrown across the room and like every time she hugs them his like bones break or something.
It was just one of the worst fight scenes I've ever seen. It's just terrible. I like. There's nothing to talk about other than just how bad it was. It wasn't even bad in a funny way. It was just bad.
And then when it looks like they're kind of like not doing too hot in the fight, that's when Travis, we figure out he is resurrected. He has come back from the dead. Evelyn's theory is correct.
Yes.
He comes back from the dead, and he grabs this like machete knife and like cuts her through the back, like through her stomach, or like I guess through the back, and then like it goes out through her stomach. First of all, this like green brown sludge just starts pouring out of her. It was
And
so
it looks
nasty.
terrible.
And like, what was that supposed to be?
Yeah.
And like, anyway,
rotting
and
guts,
she
I
dies
guess.
from that.
Yeah.
She like, and not to mention, freaking Max stabs her
In like
the
that.
head with a glass shard.
Yeah, and
like,
first,
she
like,
doesn't even react.
he stabs her in the gut first, and then stabs her in the head, and that seemed like it did nothing. And then that's why
nothing.
It's just
And then she gets cut in the stomach, and it's like she instantly just falls to the ground.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is this whole buildup about? And then clearly, the implication is that she is in fact a zombie. Like, everything is leading to, once she was like craving the brains, it was like very apparent that she is in fact a zombie. So it's like, what? She's getting stabbed, and like she can break her entire neck, and that doesn't affect her, but a little like stomach wound is like she's down for the count. Like it doesn't make any sense at all. It is so stupid. Then they like go and like romantically bury her together, hence burying the ex. And it's just so strange. And then they like do like have like a really like boring, messy, lifeless like end to this movie, where basically Olivia had mentioned earlier when they were having their first talk at the ice cream shop alone, that basically she has a spot in the back of her shop that she's not using, that she wanted to sublet to someone. And as we know, our main character Max, that's like his dream. So then at the end of this movie, basically, I guess time has gone forward. There's no indication of that. They look
how
the
much?
exact same.
Yeah,
They've never said how much time has gone by. It could be a week. It could be 3 years. It could be 8 years.
We don't know. Yeah, we have no idea.
So, and they literally, there's nothing to indicate like what may, and I'm guessing it's not like that much longer, because we do see Travis, and he's like doesn't look that decayed. He like doesn't look.
He looks more decayed. No, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like he looks like how she did at the end. But yeah.
But it's like that was like only a couple weeks. Like it's just, I don't know. But it's like had to have been more time than that, because he like then does the worst proposal ever, where like she goes to check on the side of, and also like he's opened a whole shop at this point, and like we didn't really get too into this earlier, but she had, when Evelyn renovated their apartment, she like folded his posters, and basically he said those were in pristine condition. That's what I was going to use for a down payment on my shop. How can he suddenly afford this? Like it had to have been a minute. And he has this whole shop open. Olivia goes back there. They're like, kiss or whatever and stuff. And then she's like, why are you late on the rent this month? And then he's like, because I was buying this. And then he just pulls a ring out of his pocket. He doesn't even propose. He just hands it to her. Yeah. And then she just basically is like, oh my gosh, Max, we're going to be such good partners. And then they move on instantaneously. She puts his arm around him like they're pals, and then it's her left hand. She puts his arm around him like they're pals, and she just takes the ring box and just like shoves the ring on her hand as they're like going into a new conversation.
The thing is, though, she says she's like, Max, my love, and it's like, what the fuck? What are we in 1914? What the fuck is it?
My love, that's cute, but it's just
my love. What the fuck is going on? My love?
Here's the thing. The reason I thought it was
in
weird
public
was because we went from like them not even being an actual couple yet to like
them getting married.
There's no indication how much time has passed. They have not told us how much time has passed. There's like no way for us to gauge this. To like, I guess they're getting married in love, have a shop together. Like it's like they could have a baby at home. It's just like so awkward and like, I don't know. Hey, you want to not do that on the pod?
I'm sorry. I can't help. I'm old. This movie sucks.
But yeah, we'll wrap it up stop because that's really basically all there is to talk about. But
Well,
it was the worst proposal, the most awkward, like stupid, pointless end. Nothing was satisfying. Nothing was wrapped up.
yeah,
No, there was no indication how
like
anything was going in their lives, how their relationship dynamic was. Nothing. It was so weird.
the very last thing we see in the movie is that it goes to outside and we see Travis, who we actually see early in the movie. He is a sign flipper. I guess that's his fucking whole career. So he just flips signs for businesses, and now he's doing it.
On the phone and he goes, I told you not to call me at the office, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's just like once you go north, you got no remorse. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, this is like a fucking Norse costume.
and then he says something to once again he's accosting a woman, and then it just cuts to him like all zombified, going like ah.
yeah. He's like flipping his sign. He's like apparently works for them now, I guess. And
Yeah.
He's like doing his sign flipping, and he says something like, once you bang the undead, you'll never want to get out of bed. Something like that.
Well, I think it's worse. I think he's just like, you ever fuck a zombie? Ah! Like, it's literally... And then that's it.
All he was missing was putting his fingers.
Yeah, that's it.
What was that? Like, it was so nasty. Like, he was such a pervert.
That's terrible. And it's like,
yeah, it was real bad.
it's like also we learned that like you know, Evelyn was starting to develop a taste for brains. Is Travis trying to eat people now? We don't know. It's just this man shouldn't be in public. I guess. I don't know.
Literally, after she dies, we get that singular scene where like all this information has happened. Like we know nothing. It's like so strange. But anyway,
this movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as I remembered. Which also, mind you, at the time, I didn't think it was good. I just was like, oh, this is like a bad movie. It's a fun watch.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think it like could be worth seeing like once to maybe with friends. Like if you were, you know, movie night with friends and just wanted to like make fun and laugh about it. But
Yeah.
I think like it definitely wasn't as good as I remembered. And also like, what the fuck?
It just. Like, you couldn't give a fuck about anybody in this movie, really. Like, that's where it started to lose me.
Probably I could have cared about him if he wasn't such a weirdo.
Yeah, like they could have changed if they just changed the fact that he was an utter pervert. Like, he could have still been a womanizer. He could still do all the other stuff. If they just got rid of him being a disgusting pervert.
He was a good actor and he was funny. So
yeah.
Like, it would have worked.
Like, he was good as, like, you know, the foil to the straight man type deal. Like that was totally fine. But it's just, like, other than that, like, Max was, like, lame. He was a boring character. He had no stakes whatsoever. His chemistry with Olivia was not good, and it wasn't even, like, good with Evelyn either. Like
with Evelyn too.
Yeah.
And it's like he's like making these big life decisions and moving in together and proposing and whatever, and it's all like, hey, do you want to run errands with me later? Like it's delivered like that. Like it's literally like so dumb and lame.
And the rules of this movie don't make any sense. Like, there's nothing to ground you. There's nothing for you to be like, all right, well, I know this can't happen because, like, the zombie thing. But there's nothing. There's just nothing. And this is just a bad movie. It's a real fucking terrible movie. 1 star.
That's kind of it. Yeah, it's kind of it. It's just bad.
It's just bad. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us on another episode of Not on the Pod. This is episode 2. And yeah, this is episode 2. This is episode 2.
Oh, sorry that it's been a minute, by the way. We watched an entirely different movie and filmed an entire podcast about it. It was 30 Days of Night. And we ended up scrapping the entire thing because A, we were drunk when we were watching it, so we didn't remember it very well. And B, it was just a great, incredible concept with a horrible execution. So Josh and I were just like being movie critics the whole time, not like a shred of like funniness or like personality. We were just complaining the whole time.
Yeah, like
and being like, wait, what happened? I forgot. I was hammered and sleeping.
Like
so it was just really bad.
We got to the end of the pod and I was immediately like, we weren't funny at all. I don't even think we attempted to be funny.
No, Josh was like, so I hated that. Like,
yeah.
that wasn't funny. okay, you also thought that. I hated that. So yeah, that's why we.
But
it's been a minute.
there's a lot more. There was a lot more laughter in this one, so hopefully we can find this one in the edit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But thank you all for joining us, and join us again on our next episode. We'll probably figure that out off the podcast. We'll put it in the description. But anyway, see you guys later.
Why was that like our instinct?
That was literally instinct. That was crazy. We should do that every episode. See you guys later.